What the hell?
He took my daughter.
Hold on. Who did? We all have a past. We all have secrets. Things escalated. This isn't just a kidnapping.
How do you know all this?
Girl Scouts.
What aren't you telling me?
We're running out of time.
I'm explaining a film from 2022 titled Lou. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy the content. A tough yet elderly woman is first shown to us in the film. She lives alone in her house with her dog Jax, and they go on a digging expedition in her backyard where she finds an interesting box. She then performs a culinary act, carving a generous portion of meat for her dog as the weather turns gloomy and suggests a storm is approaching. The box she digs up from the ground contains old documents and pictures, which she burns one by one.
I wish I could say that some good came from what I did. In truth, I left the world a more dangerous place.
Subsequently, the woman prepares to take her own life holding a suicide note and a gun. After a few seconds, a gunshot rings out and the scene fades. We discover that this woman goes by the name Lou. The story then jumps forward a few days to introduce us to Lou, the woman going on a deer shooting expedition. After the hunt, she goes to the bank and asks for all of her money, which causes the cashier to react noticeably, suggesting that Lou has accumulated a sizable amount of money. Lou takes some cash out of a bag while the sheriff searches her car. When the sheriff asks, Lou says with confidence that the deer darted in front of her car. Lou then drives off, leaving the car behind because a big storm is about to arrive and preparations are being made for it. Next we encounter V and her mother Hannah, who are renting a room in Lou's house. Hannah frequently tells V that her father is on a quest to find treasure, though the reality differs. Similar to everyone else, they too prepare for the approaching storm. Lou pulls up in her car as usual to pick up Hannah's rent. She tells Hannah to put the money on her table before supper tomorrow. V, who was playing nearby, narrowly escapes being run over by a lost car when she suddenly darts in front of it.
Why you gotta drive so goddamn fast when you know there's a child nearby?
World's not a playground.
Hannah's friend Chris visits. During their conversation, it becomes clear that they are in a romantic relationship. On the way back, Chris spots a man who is drenched in rain on the road and offers to give him a ride. However, the man unexpectedly attacks Chris after some time. Meanwhile, Hannah withdraws some money from her savings to pay the rent in the morning. Bringing the story to the present, we then see Lou burning photographs and writing a letter for Hannah. In the letter, she states that Hannah now owns the house and that she is free to sell it. She also states that there is a month's worth of meat for Jax in the freezer and some money for Hannah. Lou obviously cares a great deal for Hannah and V. Perhaps the difficulties in her past have brought her to this point where she considers taking her own life. The lights in Hannah's house suddenly go out when she goes outside to check the fuse. An intruder sneaks into her home from behind and leaves.
I'm scared. Do you want to sleep with me tonight?
I'm just gonna go flip the breaker.
Bewildered that Chris had left a long time ago, she inspects the van and finds his lifeless body behind it. The scene shifts back to Lou's house just as she's about to take her own life. At the same moment, someone knocks on Lou's door. Hannah enters her house in fear, trying to call the sheriff, but there's no signal. Hannah speaks about her husband Philip. The two have been living far from the city on a remote island, but Philip has managed to find her alongside this revelation. She expresses her concern that he has returned and would kidnap V and take her someplace. Hannah presents a concealed message containing photo of herself and her daughter to Lou. "Hello Mom, now it's my time." After a terrifying experience, Lou realizes that this is a secret message and goes outside to assist Hannah when her car won't start. When she opens the hood, she finds a time bomb and quickly pulls Hannah out of the car before it explodes. Lou then gets ready to find V. She informs Hannah that they are 10 miles away from the city and must locate V themselves. Hannah however warns Lou that Philip is a soldier and an explosive expert with a criminal record. The cops have been looking for him for the past few years. Lou determines from the markings on the ground that Philip is pulling V in a trolley with the intention of getting to a boat before they can save her. Hannah is adamant that they want expert assistance. Lou advises them to wait for the storm to pass before calling the sheriff. But Hannah chooses to walk with Lou instead of listening. Jax also arrives to join them in the interim.
I have to track him. Stay here. Hey, where are you going?
To find my child!
If you slow me down, I will leave you behind.
Meanwhile, V finds herself in a wooden room after regaining consciousness. She is surprised to see her father Philip there and feels a little comforted. Philip lies to her saying that her mother will be there soon. As Lou and Hannah continue their journey, they come across a house with two individuals. Hannah informs Lou that they are Philip's companions. To compile data entering their home dressed as a defenseless elderly woman, Lou tells them that her dog vanished in the rain. When she realizes that V isn't there, her suspicions are aroused. A brief altercation that follows demonstrates Lou's extraordinary strength, and she ends up hurling hot soup at one of the people to protect herself. After asking several questions, Lou acknowledges that she was a field agent for the CIA for 26 years, which makes her a spy. Hannah begins to have doubts about Lou as well, understanding she's not an average lady. Hannah finds a walkie-talkie. Switching on the walkie-talkie, Hannah considers calling the sheriff. However, Lou insists she turn it off and keep it with her, explaining that it's essential to keep it off to remain inconspicuous. Turning it on could jeopardize their safety and her quest to learn more about her situation. Philip continues to move slowly in the direction of the water. Turning on the walkie-talkie once more to contact the sheriff, Hannah gives in to temptation. Philip accelerates toward the shore as he realizes Hannah is there. Looking at the scars on Hannah's hands, Lou concludes that she has been abused by her husband, something he never did before getting married. She doesn't discover the whole picture of Philip's personality until after they are married. It has always puzzled Hannah why she detests people so much. A damaged bridge that Philip is unable to cross ahead of them prompts Hannah to notice a girl's cart as they continue their journey. Lou instructs Jax to return home, then safely crosses the bridge. Hannah follows Lou, but her injured hand hinders her progress, causing both of them to tumble from the bridge. Miraculously, they avoid falling into the river. They reach the sea, spotting an old decrepit ship. They are unable to find V. Lou finds out that Hannah has brought a walkie-talkie with her, and they realize that Philip is aware of their presence despite the danger. Lou advises Hannah to contact the sheriff from the mountaintop and proceeds to follow the smoke at a distance. Hannah grows more and more anxious, but Lou reassures her that this may be part of Philip's scheme. They discover a photo of V and a teddy bear on the ship along with a message in the distance. On the other side, Hannah manages to receive a signal and makes her way to the sheriff. However, the connection is abruptly cut. It becomes apparent that Philip and Lou have a prior relationship, with Lou being revealed as Philip's mother. She notices V sleeping in a secure location, but Philip holds her at gunpoint. Because of his intense hatred for his mother, Philip kidnaps V in order to punish her. Lou reveals that Hannah doesn't know the truth about Philip, that he was kidnapped when he was a youngster because of her espionage job. Lou had to make decisions that stopped her from looking for her son. Even though they didn't disclose their relationship, Philip's resentment toward her grew over time, increasing his hatred of people. Up until this point, Lou had been trying to shield Hannah and V from her son out of concern that he might hurt them in his wrath, but she hadn't had the guts to tell them that Philip was their family. Shortly thereafter, Philip injures his mother and departs with his daughter V. The sheriff has already been informed about Hannah and her abducted daughter, but the police advise him to stay clear of the case. When Hannah returns, she finds Lou hurt while looking through Lou's luggage for medical supplies. The sheriff learns that the CIA is hunting Lou while the police are also interested in capturing Philip, a legendary fugitive. In actuality, the CIA aims to murder them both. After seeing certain images, Hannah understands that Lou was the intended recipient of the messages Philip left, and for the first time, Hannah begins to question Lou's participation. Hannah queries Lou's involvement in the circumstance. Lou tells her that she came here in search of safety and sanctuary on the advice of an old college friend. Hannah's faith in Lou is somewhat restored. Lou reveals that Philip has taken V to the lighthouse, prompting Hannah to embark on a journey to the lighthouse alone. So far, the sheriff arrives with Jack's help. Upon seeing that Lou is injured, Lou asks him to get some supplies so he can assist her. When the sheriff leaves to get the things she needs, Lou takes her car and heads to the lighthouse, where Hannah spots Philip standing there with V. Philip introduces her to his mother, and while he waits for her to arrive, Hannah takes Philip at gunpoint and fires warning shots, but Philip survives. He tries to apprehend Hannah, but she manages to get away and descends to find V, where she finds out that Philip has set up a remote-controlled bomb for which she still has the remote. Meanwhile, Lou arrives at the scene after seeing the bomb. Lou begins modifying the wiring, and Hannah follows a short path, but they stay in the lighthouse. As soon as Philip realizes Lou is there, he takes out the bomb remotelia, but the bomb does not explode. When he presses the button, Lou has already defused the bomb after Lou and Hannah manage to leave the lighthouse. Lou realizes the CIA is looking for them when she sees a helicopter in the air. After getting some distance from the lighthouse, Lou uses a walkie-talkie to set off a bomb, which completely destroys the lighthouse. She does this on purpose to draw attention away from Philip. Then she tells Hannah and V to leave, and later on, Philip arrives. Lou tries to stop him, which leads to a heated argument between the mother and her irate son, who eventually embrace and cry. Meanwhile, Lou notices the helicopter in the air and apologizes to Philip. The man in the chopper shoots Philip, and both of them fall into the sea. After searching for a long time, the people in the chopper don't see anything and assume they are dead. So they leave the scene to Lou's house. For many months the CIA visits Hannah to inquire about Lou because they haven't found Lou's body yet. When Lou considers suicide at the end of the film, he burns several documents that may demonstrate that the CIA was in charge of the nation's destiny in 1953. After answering several questions from CIA agents and saying goodbye to the sheriff, Hannah and V are seen at Lou's residence, ready to leave. They then board a ferry with Jax. Jax's eyes are focused on someone on the top deck who is only partially visible. The camera angle then shifts to show a woman's arm, which has a copper bracelet and a matching scar. She is using binoculars to watch her granddaughter and daughter-in-law. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you next time.